Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a flip through of the finished cat journal. Now don't forget there's only 3 more days till the 1st of December. So if you want to go in the draw for that scrap fabric bundle, make sure you go back to last week's Thrifty Thursday video and leave a comment. You might have to watch the video through as to what comment to leave, but that will be drawn on the 1st of December, so this Thursday. Alright, if you're new here, welcome to my channel. Yeah, so this big cat journal, now this is already sold. This is going to Tanya in Tasmania. She ordered this. I've put a little bell on the side, like a little cat bell. I thought you can't not put a little cat bell on. So what different you might see on the journal is I put some little pearl things down here. Yeah, I put some beautiful lace on the spine and some pearls up the top and the bottom, plus the little bell. So that's, I've got nothing on the back, but that's what extra I've put on it, since you might have seen it on camera. This journal is 7.5 inches by 9.5 inches and 3 inches at the spine. They're the measurements. I haven't counted the pages because it's not going for sale. You know, those sort of details I usually put up on my Etsy. Oh, and if you're interested too, my rose journal sold. So I'm posting that out today to its new owner. So I was really excited that that's sold, and hope that the new owner loves that. So that was good. So I've got no journals in my Etsy store. I'm going to have to get creating and put another one in there. But if you want to pop over to my Etsy, the links are below, and there's plenty of digital things in there that you can purchase. So that's one of my pom-poms too that I made, fabric pom-poms on there. Alright, so the journal. So you might have seen online, I did this journal cover online. I'll try and put the video up here so that you can see that. And I just did it with lots of little scrap flowers that I had, and a lace doily. I'll give you a quick look up close. And the little cat motif in the middle, I put some crystal effects on that in the middle here, just to sort of seal it all up and make it a focal point. Alright, so the closure is a piece of fabric out of my big fabric roll that I just finished. And we'll get looking through here. I'll just try and put it in the camera the best I can. Alright, in the front pocket, I put a little pocket of lace. There's a little cat saying here, and there's a couple of bits and pieces. That was one of the photos that Tracy sent me from Junk Journal Down Under. Junk Journal Junksters. Alright, let's get going through here. Lots to look at. I'll just put that underneath here so it sort of sits up. Yeah, for now. Alright, so we've got all through here. I've used about 3 or 4 cat books. Now this one here, Pussy Willow, it was a little golden book. I've used the entire book of Pussy Willow through here, and I think I've used at least 2 or 3 other books too, either cut them up or use them as pages. So Pussy Willow got a look in here. this here, you can Tanya can write the title of her junk journal or who it belongs to or whatever. And you know, I've got lots of pictures off the internet and through books. So we've got Pussy Willow through here, all through this journal. Some of my digital doilies, which are in the Etsy links below. There's some what do you call it, ledger paper. This was another book that I used the entire book on, Spotlight on Cats. If I didn't, oh yeah, I did. I used the entire pages of this book. It was only a little book, didn't have many pages in it, so I used it. And then all through this journal too, you've got little cat prints, which I have stenciled on. This little stencil came from Which Craft Do You Do? It was a freebie in one of the orders that I put in. She always puts in a couple of freebies, and when you order. And when I got this, I thought, oh, when am I going to use that? But I poked it away in my stencil thing, and I thought, yeah, well, it'll come in handy someday. And then when I got asked to make a cat journal, I was like, well, there you go. You never look a gift horse in the mouth, and be appreciative of everything, because this just looks so cute through this journal. So thank you, Which Craft Do You Do, for the stencil. Very appreciated. All right, yeah, so these pages are through here. The main writing on all of this book page I've covered with something so Tanya can write on it. So there's plenty of places to write, and then I've got my little paw prints through here. Some of my tea dyed paper with little cat collages on the sides. Some look, the brief with this journal was cats and lace, so you're going to see a lot of lace in this journal as well. So hopefully I've hit the brief. I didn't want to just make it, you know, see how much lace I didn't want to make it look gaudy. I wanted to, you know, as well, I wanted to try and, I could have not put so much lace on the edges and, you know, did little bits and pieces on the pages, but that would have been so much more work. So I didn't want to cut corners, but anyway, it's turned out how it is. I like it. I love all the lacy sort of things hanging off it, so I hope Tanya does. Alright, yeah, so there's the collaging, and I've used some of those just to turn into little pockets, and that's just a piece of scrapbook paper, but I've used it in here, so it's just turned into a little journal card. And then I've got little ruffled little tabs on here as well. There's another digital doily. This is out of another cat book, and I've turned that into a pocket. So in here there's a little booklet. And there's some cat picture on the other side, and then on here's just a little tab of lace on the bottom. So on this page you've got the same sort of thing, just the leftover scrapbook paper, and some that came out of a pussy book, some book it came out of, I can't remember what it was called now. So yeah, little pictures like that. So we've got some tea dyed paper there. There's another little pocket here. There's lots of little pockets, and I've just backed it with some ledger paper. That was out of a little kitten book that you'll see in this Thursday, Swifty Thursday, which I've already filmed. So yeah, just little cat sayings and cute little pictures. Another little doily that can all be written on. A little pocket here. It's got a little. That was another one of the pictures that Tracy gave me to put in here. So I made it into a little tuck spot. And then you've got little pictures like this, and they can all be written on. They're all just journal cards. Now all the lace in here has been sewn by on with orange thread. So there's all these pages, all the lace has been sewn, and some of the pages as well. So there's pretty little coloured lace there. And in each signature there's one of these big flip out photos. This came out of a book called, I think, not Calico Cat, could have been Calico Cat, or the something like that it was. Beautiful cat book. So there's just little fabric flips, and they can be written under. There's some vintage book page. I think there's two there. Is there? Yeah. Vintage book page, some tea dye paper. Another page out of the Pussy Willow book. And then there's a piece of this is like a handmade paper. This, and this I've just put a little picture there of the cat with the little journal card sitting in there. There's another just little journal pocket with a card in it. It sits like that, and that was one of my digitals as well. Digital doily. There was some digitals I got off the internet too. I can't remember who they were by, but they had cats on them. There's a few in here. Bits and pieces of paper. This was a beautiful book. This was the Spotlight on Cat book. I'm pretty sure. And each of them had, each of these big, large pictures had a plain back on it. Or this, yeah, this could have been another book as well that I used. Yeah, it probably was. Anyway, all the pictures that are like that with the big photo and the plain back, I've put stamped lines on with a little tag card. What do you call it? A little label card, and turned a few pictures into the journaling cards. That was out of a book that you'll see in this week's Thrifty Thursday as well. Now, another book that I used up, it only had 3 pages in it. Have you ever seen a book with 3 pages? But this was one of the pages, and it was a pop-up book. And I thought, oh, I want to use that pop-up book in here, because it had 2 pages of cats on it, and the 3rd page were like lions and tigers and stuff, which I didn't want to use in here. So that just folds out, and then I stuck that in there. It took a little bit of fiddling, but the little pop-up book got 2 pages in this journal, so I thought that was a cute little addition to this journal. And if you wanted to, you could put a pocket down here and put something in there. I was going to do that, and then I sort of ran out of, not time, but yeah, anyway, Tanya might be able to put a pocket down in there. It's cute, isn't it? So there's a music paper, and then there's a Spotlight on Cat book. So yeah, I've just covered up the bulk of the writing so it can all be written around. There's a few little of these envelopes through here, and I've just put little journal cards in there as well that I've made. So there's a pocket down the top, then you open that up and there's some bits and pieces in here as well. The cats, and a bit of lace on it that can flap. So that was on some scrapbook paper, yeah. So here's another pocket, and this pocket is the cat that I did on my jelly plate. Loved doing that. And it's just got some journal cards in there as well. I like to sign my artwork that's gone into things like that. It's just, you know, one-off things. I don't think I did in some of my others, but yeah, I've been starting to just put my little signature on it. Now this is a children's book, and the one I wanted to showcase was the Owl and the Pussycat, and that's the center of the first signature. There's 4 signatures in here. Yeah, and then the lace on the edges, it's all sewn on, and that's the other side of it, the book page. This one here has got some a beautiful picture of a cat, and I've just made it into a tuck, and then I've got oh, I should sign that one, shouldn't I? Some of my jelly plate plays with the cat on it, and some pictures of cats. More pictures of cats. This one's a pocket. All I did was just fold it up, the scrapbook page on this one, and it's got pictures in it too of cats. Just all little journal cards that can be written on. Now, Tanya, if you're watching, you can add, you know, little labels onto here, or whatever you want to do in here. Just stick in things and write things and whatever. So yeah, that's some of the writing that I've covered up, just to give you more writing space, and the little cat footprints that go through it. I thought that was a good touch, adding the little footprints all the way through it. Music paper, ledger paper. Here's another one of these beautiful big vintage book pages of cats. They're all vintage pages, books that I used in here as well. The beautiful lace on the edge, and then that one's plain to write on with the label. So we've got different little paper pages in here that can be written on. There's a doily, digital doily. That was the cat printout that I bought. I can't remember who it was now. I'll try and link it below anyway, but that was in, I think it was in Etsy I found that. Another little cat collage. That's some of my digital paper there with the doily. Here's a little tuck here on that homemade paper, and there's a couple of pictures that Tracy gave me to do with cats. There's another page from the Pussy Willow book. There's nothing on there. I don't think it, no, you can't see the cat on that one, so you know that page is left there. Just if you, Tracy, if you want to gesso over it or whatever you want to do, you can do whatever to those pages. Here's the other side of that Pussy Willow book. Here's just a little flap of scrapbook card just to write on or write in, and it's just sitting on some tea dyed paper. Book page, there's 2 book pages there. Now each signature's got a an extra large tag in it that I've made with some of my Franken paper, and yeah, I've just decorated it up with a cat on it and put some really crazy lace on the top of it. So this pocket here was the front page of Pussy Willow book, so I've used that as well. That was a picture from Tracy, and some pretty lace on the bottom. This is beautiful lace. I think I showed this in, do I show that in this week's Thrifty Thursday, or was it in last week's? No, it was in last week's, I think. And then, so I just made that into a little pocket, and a journal card from a book. Ledger paper, doily, some collage on the side of some tea dyed paper, and some on that side as well. And cute pictures in some just side tucks some lace on it. That was from a book. So that book, actually that was from a pet book. So there's probably 4 or 5 books that I ended up gleaning out of, which was good. But I had to cut it down, so that's why the page is shorter, because it had dogs on one side and and cats on the other. So there's a paper doily, some tea dyed paper, book page, ledger paper, and doily, and the last page on this first signature is a big flip. There was a big butterfly and it had words on it, and I thought, well, I'm just going to gesso over it and soften that out so Tanya can write on that. So I made it into a little flip up of lace. So that's the first signature. Second signature, here's some cute little paper clip hearts. I think I show that in this Thursday's thrifty haul, because I've already filmed that, like I said. So, and there's just a little side tuck here in this one, just with little pictures of cats. Paper doily, Pussy Willow book. So cute, this book. It's a Pussy Willow book with just some footprints on it. Tea dyed paper, ledger paper, some more sort of I think that was an accountant's book. Doily paper. There's a cat book, which I've covered up most of that writing so she can write on it. Here's another little envelope, same as before, just with little things in it. Little journal cards come out. It's got a special little piece of lace that goes right round the outside of that whole card there. So, and here's the second one of those big tags, extra large tags, for skill and amusement only. That was a Tim Holtz stamp, and yeah, that's on some of my Frecken paper, and there's a cute picture of cats. Alright, some of my collage down the side here of the tea dyed paper, and some on that. I think I split those 2 cats in half so I could, yeah, it was sitting real close to this one, but I split it in half so I could put the other half down that side. Here we got some old book page, and here's another cat book here. I think I had a dog on that side, and I was I think it had a dog on that side, so I sort of put some collage on it to cover the dog up. So doily, there's an old that was a printout of an old letter or something, and I've just collaged a cat in the bottom of it. One of my homemade stamps. I think I've showed you this stamp before that I made. I love using that in my journals. So easy to make that. Music paper with some beautiful lace on it. And I just sort of, some of the laces I just ruffled as I went down the page. Paper doily, handmade paper. That one's got a little cat tuck in it. There's a cat, just a little paper with the cat stencil. Some more of that cat book, which I've covered the writing over with. You can still see the writing, but it's covered up enough to write over it now. So there's more of the ledger paper. Here's another big flip of that don't know whether it was called the Calico Cat or the something like that the book was called. You would have seen it in one of my previous hauls. So that's just on a fabric little flip hinge there. And Tanya can stick something on that page or write something behind there. Beautiful vintage lace there. Little tuck of the cats. Another little tuck that just tucks this way. That's my tea-dyed paper. That was that printout I got off Etsy, which I'll try and link below, of the little kittens. These doily, paper doily, some of the Pussy Willow book. Looks like Pussy Willow's gone to the beach. Ledger paper, different types of papers. Book page, kids book page. This was the other side of the Owl and the Pussycat. And the other side of that's just beautiful. Just different papers. It's a Pussy Willow book. Oh, look at the shells. There's Pussy. Now I haven't put anything on the middles of the signatures. That's a middle signature. The middle of the second signature. I've just left the strings dangling. There's papers to write on. Lots of papers to write on. Paper doily. Here's one of the pictures that Tracy gave us. I might put some just a little bit of colour on the edge of that. And I just stuck a little, that was the paper I got from Etsy and digital, and I just stuck a little piece of lace there so it turns into a pocket, and that can be written on underneath there. I thought that looked cute. And then on this page we've got just little cat tucks and journal cards, some more little journal cards under here. There's a doily too, printable doily that you can write on. You can write on all the backs of them. I'm trying. Oh, that's attached. Should have seen the sewing on it, shouldn't I? I've just sewn across there. So that's another page of beautiful book. I think I showed that in a haul. It was a floral scrapbook paper that I got from Spotlight. Okay, on this side is another one of my jelly plate prints. That one came out cute, didn't it? I just had a little card up there. Ledger paper, book paper that I've covered over. Cool cat eyes, hey? And the just other scraps of paper. This one just a little tuck down there on the handmade paper. Doily, paper doily, and the music paper. There's to my tea-dyed paper with a collage on it. That was some of the gel plate and book page and pictures of cats. That was that old letter that you've seen further back. And a doily. There's just a little skinny, because that was the picture of the dog there, so I wanted to sort of cover that up. So there's a picture there of a cat with a little ruffle tab on it. And on the other side there's a little, I think that's just a little bit of book. Yeah, it's just a little journal book. So I got 2 pages of that vintage book page, writing paper, another little collage with some of my gel print there on the tea-dyed paper, some on that page as well with some of the gel print. This one here is another cat gel print, and it's just an open an open sort of book thing there. You can see the cat on the front and the back. I really liked how they turned out. They're just really subtle, aren't they? That just goes in that tuck there. It's cute, isn't it? Very retro. Alright, this page, that's the other side of that lace that continues around here. There's a little belly band here with lace on it. Two beautiful little kittens. Aren't they gorgeous? And I just backed that with some paper. It's a journal card. Book page. And there's the doily printout, some of that accountant's book and the ledger book and the tea dye paper and the Pussy Willow page. So cute. The doily. And the cat page. It was so handy, them being blank on them. I could just put my lines down and put a little label on it and yeah, use it in the book. So that's the end of the second signature, is it? Yep, that's the second signature. Third signature, I've got more Pussy Willow. So I've just spread the Pussy Willow out through the whole journal. Here's another little envelope, and there's some little cat things in there. I think Tracy gave me that picture there. Some little labels and a cat. So the pocket goes this way on that one, this one, with some lace on it. And we've got a paper doily with lace on it. Here's some of my tea dyed paper, and it's got a he's got a butcher's list here. Someone's you know, vintage butcher's list. I think it says Christmas 1886. But it could be a butcher's list for the cat food, couldn't it? So I thought that was pretty cool to put in there. And then we've got a little tab here with the lace and pictures of the cats. That's some of my gel plate there in the collage. Beautiful pictures. All vintage in here, all authentic vintage books. Yeah, so that big page that's clear on the back to write. Ledger paper, music paper with a little tuck pocket here, and some pictures that you can use to write on the back. Music paper, ledger paper, book paper with the cats on it. Little collage here, so cute. And I used some of my gel plate to collage here with the little lacy tab again. This one here, I did the same collage type thing. This picture here was another one of them from Tracy that she sent me. Tea dye paper. Here's the third big tag made with the Franken paper, and just pictures and stamps and collaged on it. And there's a little book in there as well. There's a little faux stamp on that one. Okay, here's the third flip out. Big flip out of the book, Calico Cat. Some of my tea dyed paper, and that's got a printout. That was one of those Etsy printouts. There's 2 pages here of that book paper. Do a paper doily. There's some homemade paper. This one's got a little tuck in it, which has got 2 little cute pictures of cats. You can write on the backs of them. Writing paper, different writing papers, ledger paper. This one's a little flip out. It's got fabric down here. And this is a children's book page. This one was about a mouse, so I thought the cat would look cute looking, you know, when you open it up, looking at the mouse. So it's just a little flip there. But this page had, you know, picture on both sides, and I didn't want to choose which side to do it, so I turned it into a little flap like that. Just cute. Book page, children's book page, the accountant's book page, spotlight on cats book page, doily, another little just case for kitten with this little lace thing on it, and there's a little cat thing there in that pocket that that Tanya can put somewhere else. This one had lace sort of all around the corner on the bottom, and that's the middle of the third signature with the cats there. And this page here has got, I'll put this on this side now, it's starting to get a bit fat. This has got lots of little bits and pieces in here that Tanya can stick somewhere else. Got some doily paper, spotlight on cats page, which you can see on both sides that I've covered up. Some of that accountant's book, children's book page, and here's the second pop out that I used. This one is cute too, and you know, you could put a pocket there and put some things down in there. Would look cute. Put something down in there as well. So, you know, if you see those pop-up books, you know, you can utilize them in the junk journals. I think they look pretty cute. If my camera goes out of focus a lot. Yeah, so that's cute. Okay, just different types of pages. Some of this homemade paper with some journal cards in it. Paper doily. There's some vintage book page. Print out. This is just one of my paper doilies with just a flap, flaps upwards with a cat on it. There's another belly band here with lace on it, and it's got this is an authentic legacy card, old card with a cat on it. Alright, tea-dyed paper. There's some cat tuck there with lots of little pictures and journal cards tucked in there from book pages, and that's just some on this page I've just done some collaging on that page with the gel plate and a picture of a cat and a little tab. Spotlight on cats page that I've covered up words and just spread it through the journal. Some more pages to write on, some music paper. I thought it was applicable to put some music paper on here, seeing as cats make, you know, noise. And yeah, and when I sewed these ribbons, these laces on, I just sort of, when I got to the end, I just ruffled up the end. So that's a nice big book page there. This one's got a flip up of my gel plate. I loved that one. I think that was one of my favourite ones. Collage of the cats, a little tab on it. Doily printout. Here's the Pussy Willow book, and that's the end of the third signature. Whew. You got some pages in this journal, Tanya. Alright, now this is another page that, you know, it's got the blank on the back with the big picture of the cat, the printable doilies, two little just tuck things here of the cats with just little things inside it, and that's scrapbook paper. And there's the fourth little flip picture here that's on fabric. It's pretty cute, isn't it? So you can write behind it or whatever. Tea-dyed paper, ledger paper. other types of paper. Spotlight on cats paper that I've covered up. Now here's the probably the last one of the gel plate prints that I did, and there's some little cat cards with lace on the top. That was out of a book, vintage cat book. So that's on the music paper. There's more pictures in that. Tuck, it's cute, that, isn't it? A little jester cat that's done on the collaging on the tea-dyed paper. Another that one's beautiful too. I love that one. So we've got, that was some of my doily paper that I tea-dyed. So we've got 2 pieces of writing paper, old printout of an old ledger, handmade paper with a tuck in the back with a cat, different types of writing paper, ledger paper, and spotlight on cats book that I've covered those writings up with, some of my digital printouts. There's a cute little kitten sticking their head out there. There's a tuck spot here with some pictures, journal cards down in there. Children's book page. And I think that's the bottom of the butcher's thing. I might be. Some old printout I did. And just a collage in there with the little stencils, and accountant's book page, Pussy Willow. There's the other side of that butterfly page. This is the middle of the last signature, the 4th signature. Got a piece of lace like a bookmark down the middle of there. And it's got the last little envelope here with a picture of a cat in there and other little bits and pieces down in that page. It's Pussy Willow. You could cover that writing up and write on it if you want to, Tanya. Whatever you want to do with it. Some of the accountant's book page. This is just a little doily pinned in with the heart paper clip. Some of the tea-dyed paper. The other side of the children's book page. There's a little tuck here with lots of little pictures in it of cats. There's a ball of yarn there with a little footprint. There's a cat on the other side of that. That was that Etsy printout. I just printed it on the back of my tea-dyed papers. Spotlight on cats that I've covered most of the words up with. And different types of writing paper. There's that homemade paper with some cat pictures in it. There's that old printout of a ledger book. And I think there's two pictures of two writing papers in there. I tried to put in a good amount of writing space in here too. Tea-dyed paper with a cat collage on either side. Music paper. Spotlight on cat book. Got plenty of cat pictures in here. And the ledger paper, tea-dyed paper. This is the last of the big Franken paper that I made into big tag, oversized tag, and it's just got other little pictures in here of cats, and I've just backed them. Lots of little pictures. Beautiful vintage lace on there. That's got the back of one of those scrapbook pages. Digital doily printout, and this is the last page, and it's got that blank on the back that I've just decorated with a label and some lines. And then on the back Inside cover here, I've just put a little lace pocket, and it's got the date that I've made it and who it's made by, and there's just a little, I thought I'd put that little eye picture in there. So that is my cat journal. It's very, very bursting. Check it out. I love doing that. Lots of work goes into these, and I just love making them. Each of those big Franken tags has got a nice big chunky lace top on it, and I'll just tie it up. So if you're new here, I would love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. What am I doing? Subscribe to my channel, press that bell button for notifications, and give me a thumbs up. That really helps my channel. You can pop over and check out the little heart down about here under the video, the little thanks heart. If you feel inclined to support my channel, you can check that out. And yeah, so that's my cat journal. Alright, so don't forget to pop over to last week's Thrifty Thursday if you're interested in that scrap fabric giveaway. I'll have other little bits and pieces that I've snuck in there as well, and I'll see you again soon for a new video. Bye.